Hello, everybody. Now, I don't want y'all to faint first before we start, but I'm going to do a whip and chat. I know, I heard it. The collective what? I haven't done one since last November. I figured, maybe it's time I actually start doing these, try to do at least one a month. So mine will probably be kid up and chats. Because where I have to work so close to the canvas, most of what you'll see is my head. And you won't see any of the canvas. So, before we start, hi, how are you all? I hope you're doing good. I want to say hi to my subscribers. Hello. And I want to say hi to anybody that just happens to be here for the first time tonight. Welcome, welcome. I hope you like what you see and like what you hear. And if you do like, and you're new here tonight for the very first time, and you like what you hear, you can hit that subscribe button and join the crazy Diane Diamond Painting Journey family. Yeah. And even if you don't subscribe, you can still hit that like button because it helps the channel on the YouTubies. And you can leave me a comment. Everybody can leave me a comment and tell me what they thought. Let me see now, this phone. Let's see where we do. So I'm going to kit up Scarlet Macaw. Isn't she gorgeous? 56 by 71 rounds from DAC, 6 ABs. And just wanted to show you the picture here because the canvas is over there. So I'm going to put that away now so I don't ruin it. So what I've done, I've all my bags separated. But this is what I always do. So yeah, we'll do a little talk about the kit up first. I put all my bags in order by number, by DMC number, because my stickers are by DMC number. And I've put all my containers out from Elizabeth Ward's look-alike containers. I put them all out on the table, and over to this side I have my empty tray. So when I'm putting the stickers on, I'll put all my numbers here first. Then I'll start here with my alphabet. And then I'll start here with the symbols. Because that's how I do it. I put all the numbers, 1 to whatever, then A to whatever. And then the symbols go in by DMC number. And you just sort of, with me, the first few times you're going for a symbol, you might go, oh, geez, where's that to? But after a while, it's like, you're using them so often that you just like go, oh, it's over here, it's here, right? But I put them in by DNC number in case I need to look at my legend or something like that. So what are we going to talk about? I don't know. I never wrote no notes because it's been so long since I talked to you. I'm now cleaning at do you like my bright pink tray? It's where's the two? There's a name here. There's, Nick's Notions. This little square tray. I got it in, actually, something that I won. But I really love it. It could be a lighter bright. You're in for it tonight, aren't you? Could be a lighter pink, but I love that tray because it just all taps down and then it goes in here first before you take this really good plug out of it. And I don't waste stuff. Yeah. So, what are we at? We are at, I don't know what I've been doing. I have been, well, I haven't done a lot really, since I've last spoken to you all. But what I'm going to do, which some of you have already heard this. Oh, look, and I saved the bag that on my bag, the big bag that all the bags came in. I just throw all the garbage in there because I'm going to save my, sometimes if it don't go in there, it don't go in there. And see, that's why I use my tray. Just throw all the garbage in there. And when you're using these Elizabeth Wards, make sure you got them away from this little round piece there, or else they will snap down and crunch your thing. You crunch your thing. Whatever your thing might be. And anyway, so I think the last one I did was for in November when I was co-hosting an event. And I haven't done one since. But for the new people, let's see if we can get through this really quick. I keep saying that I'm a Canadian. I'm from Newfoundland, Canada. If you look at the map, you will see Canada this is Canada. And right here, there's this island. Well, that's me. Yeah, well, me and a lot of other people. That island is Newfoundland. And that's where I'm from. The last province to join Canada. Before that, we were the first colony of England. Yep. Fun facts. But anywho. So, you say, how the heck did you get to Belgium? Was it for work? Nope. Pleasure? Nope. Well, yes and no. I came here in 2016. I don't mind my arms and hands and everything going everywhere. I came here in 2016 on a vacation to meet my pen pal that I had written from 1977 when I was 15, and so was he. Because, it just fits, yay. 1977, when we were both 15. I am 6 weeks older than him. So, as the older lady of the relationship. So, we wrote, it was a school thing. Teachers asked us, did we want to have a pen pal? It was like this international society, that international being was from people all over the world. And I had picked out a girl from Australia to write. And, might as well put the label on that one, hey. Gee, see? You're going to see me doing stuff wrong. If you do, leave it in the comments. It might save me, because I'm going to try to get this up next. I had picked out a girl to write. I say girl because we were all youngsters then, weren't we? And he had it was my biology teacher, Mr. Hudson. God love him, he's passed. He died young too. Anyway, get on with that. And see, spillage. And he had one left over. And the name was Jean-Marie. But it's spelled Jean-Marie, all right? I'm thinking maybe he knew it was, I think he knew it was a boy. Now, even though this AB is a symbol, see it? With DAC, I always put my ABs first. And then I go on with the rest of the numbers. Yep, that's what I does. And he said, do you want to write this guy? And I'm like, 15 years old, eh? And I'm going, oh, man, I don't want to write a boy. Well, and then I went, well, what odds? I said, if he don't write me back, he don't write me back. Well, unbeknownst to me, we would write for 13 years, till 1990. And the only reason we stopped, we had girlfriends and boyfriends in between, but we still wrote. And we had been dating a girl, and he knew it was the girl he was going to marry. So I went, okay, we're getting into some heavy stuff now, and I don't think the missus really liked him writing me, so we sort of parted our ways and said one day, we'll meet again sort of deal. Well, I had tried to find him on Facebook, and he told me once we connected in 2016, it was just one day I went like, Wonder what he's doing. Where's he to? Is he on Facebook? Let's see. You know, everybody got to be on Facebook, right? Well, he was. Got a little bit of static in that package. Oh, and 2 on the table, 3 on the table. Oh, I bumped you. That'll happen. I'm not used to kitting up with the camera right in front of my face. That's number 8. And, yeah, so we wrote for the 13 years. Then I found him on Facebook in February of 2016 for the first time after all those years. So I wrote a message to him, and I don't think, no, I didn't send a friend request because there were 3 Jean-Maries there, but I knew that this had to be him just because it was him with shorter hair and he went a little bit bald, hey? Yeah. So I knew it had to be him. My suspicions were, you know. Now this bag, I'm not sure if it's going to fit in a small one, so I'm not going to put the label on first. I'm just going to put the drills in and then see what happens. So I wrote them, and all I said was, oh, it fits. Are you my long lost pen pal? And I looked at his page and I went, ah, geez, boy. He haven't posted nothing since like last November. I said, he might see that in a year's time. I guess that's an L, not a symbol. And so I said, okay, well, whatever it is, it is. If he finds me, he finds me. The next morning, when I got up, now I'm 4.5 hours ahead of Newfoundland, Canada, but I'm 6 hours, I'll say this because it'll be more pertinent to most people. I'm 6 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time, all right? So I was in Newfoundland, right, from Belgium. So when I got up the next morning, there was a message. Oh my God, it's me, yes, it's me. And I'm like, okay. From my time on Facebook, I had met a few weirdos. So I said to myself, let's ask him some questions. Because he was now living in a different town than when I wrote him. Where he grew up to. That's all we have for 310s in this one. Woo-hoo. So I said, what's your sister's name? Where did you grow up to? And where was your parents' timeshare? And he wrote me back with, oh, poop, look at that. With all the correct answers. And I went, oh my God, it is you. Because, you know, you gotta be safe, right? And next thing I know, well, he had sent a friend request too. So then I accepted the friend request after he answered my questions correctly. Mm-hmm. And we started talking, just, you know, typing away stuff. And I don't know, after 2 days or something, he found the phone button through Messenger. So we started talking that way. Now, he had gotten a new phone not shortly before this. A little bit of static in some, but it's not too bad. Doesn't seem. So he had all the whistles and bells, right, you know, because he was moving from an old-style phone to a new one. And so we talked on with the phone app for a little bit. Jeez, I got drills going everywhere, boys. Well, that's normal for me. And we started talking through the phone app. That's the static. Darn static. And then he found the video button. Dear God. Now, we've been talking for about a week. And it was all cool. Like, we knew each other for 13 years really well. And knew lots of stuff about ourselves, like no deep dark secrets, nothing like that. But it's just like, what are you doing? Where do you live? What do you do all the time? Stuff like that. We'd be talking about weekends and what we did and blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. And so I got all stupid because I was like, oh my God, now he's going to see me. Even though we had sent lots of pictures back and forth. So anyway, we started video chatting. And we were video chatting like, sometimes, we video chatted every single freaking day. Sometimes like 5 and 6 hours. I'd have to say to him, like, because he'd video chat me after he came home, because then it was early in Newfoundland. And I'd say, boy, I got to go and eat, or I got to, go to work or whatnot. And when I came home from work late, it was no good to talk to him because he was in bed. Yeah. Anyway, we did that. And it was in March, he said, he had invited me over like in 82 for a trip, but we just couldn't work it out right because when I could come, he was going to be working at a summer job. And it just wasn't going to work out right. So we never got to see each other then. And because I was even surprised Mom and Dad were going to let me go. Wow, I was really impressed. And bloop, bloop, bloop. What is that? 34. And so in March, he said, well, why don't you come over for a vacation? And I went, boy, yeah, I could do that. So I booked a ticket in March, actually, to come over in June. Actually, I was here for Canada Day. So it was the end of June. I think I flew home the day after Canada Day, which is July the 1st for you non-Canadians. And spent 2 weeks here, almost 2 weeks. Had a grand time. And ended up getting engaged. Now, Mom knew where I was going. Now, they were living in a home then. And Mom knew where I was going, but we both agreed not to tell Dad because he'd have a heart attack. So I told him I was going somewhere else up in Canada with my friend Karen. I said, Karen, for God's sake, remember not to visit them until I come back. So I told Mom, no. Dad went to see him when I got back. Dad went to the washroom, and Mom was there. So let me see the ring. Now, he had bought me a ring. Mom, I'm telling you, Mom, she knows. She just knows. And I said, what are you talking about? She said, oh, shut up. She said, show me the ring. So I dug it out of my coin purse because that's where I put it to because I didn't want anybody to see it because I wasn't sure how I was going to tackle that one. And then I showed it to her, and she said, okay, put it back in your purse before your father sees it. I said, you going to tell him? No. She said, you got to tell him. I said, holy crapola. I said, not today. All right, she said. And then, of course, I had all these presents for them from Belgium. Dad said, hello, hang on a minute. You said you were going to here. And I went, mm-hmm. Well, he said, who'd you go to Belgium with? I said, by myself. Well, you can all imagine what the look on the face was, hey? Yeah. And he said, Belgium. And then he went, wasn't that where you had that pen pal too? I went, that's where I went to see. He said, you went to see Buddy. John, he called him John. Oh, la. I wasted that one all over the freaking table. And I said, yep, that's where I went. And he said, but anything could have happened to you. I said, but I'm right here. He said, but I went, I'm here. And I went, oh, be quiet, Dad. And he said, oh, geez. He said, I'm not going to win anyway. God love them. They're both passed on now, so that's why I say, like, God love them. Yeah. And anyway, so somehow between the jigs and the reels, I managed to tell him. And then Jean-Marie came over to visit. Now, this was in June. Jean-Marie came to visit in September. I said, I'm not moving back to Belgium unless you come meet my parents. So I just had to take a sip of my drink. And so he came over in September and was there for almost 2 weeks. Met Mom and Dad. And the same thing again when I met his dad had passed. His dad passed a long time ago. But when I met the rest of the family, it was, oh, Diane, how are you? Because there have been so many letters passed back and forth between the two of us that it was like, oh, just like, it was just someone you knew. The whole family knew him and knew me. And the same thing, Dad said, oh, John, what are you doing? He always called him John, not John Marie. And so we had a grand time with them and showing them around Newfoundland because we landed in... Now, Newfoundland is... my sister lives on one side with her family. And I lived in my hometown on the other side. So it was like an 8-hour drive across the island. So we flew into the capital, St. John's, where my sister lives. And, geez, bye. See, there's always a reason you put that tray under your drills, under your container, that you hopefully will catch them all. He flew into St. John's, and we spent a couple days there. Met Sherry and her husband and kiddos, and did some sightseeing. And for any Newfoundlanders watching, yes, we had them screeched in. That's another story, boys. That's another story. Then we drove across the island, and he met Mom and Dad, and took them over all parts of the island on my side. And, oh my God, I'm really making a mess of this. I usually not so messy. I think it's the stress of being on a whipping chat. Oh my God. If you don't laugh at yourself, you can't laugh at anybody else. And he flew back. And then I was already boxing everything up. Now, Dad knew by this time. But they had no problem with me going because they always knew that I was never really the happiest in Corner Brook. Now, yes, I had my friends. I miss my friends. But, I don't know. It was just not somewhere I wanted to be ever. For whatever reason. Don't ask me. I don't know. And, so I moved back over here. I moved back here. Put all my belongings. Well, my belongings I took with me. The things I thought meant the most. But now when you get here and you're here, well, you're going like, ah, shit. Why didn't I leave that home and take something else? But that's another story again. And, so we had, right off the bat. Now, see, home, I mean, I left Corner Brook. I mean, turned off the power, turned off the phone, blah, blah, like you do. Disconnected everything. And moved on. I didn't tell nobody I was moving, like the city or nothing like that. But over here, it's different. You got to let everybody know, legally, the town halls, that you're moving. So, like, I was only here one day, and he had to take me down to town hall and tell them that I was here. And then a police officer actually had to come by. Came by after about a week. Because, I mean, you got all kinds of people trying to illegally come into the country. But like I kept saying to the boys, man, I'm from Canada. I'm not moving from some, well, I didn't say hellhole because I wanted to be polite, to get away from anything. I said, I'm just here to marry my pen pal. Oh, look at the static. I'm going to say something awful in a minute. It's underneath my nails. It's everywhere. Blessed Father. Okay. So we goes on. Now, like, you know what? Just A lot of things I still find strange. And I've been here 6.5 years now. But anyway, got everything all straightened out and blah, blah, blah. And had to, like, file 1,000,000 documents and... Yeah, you just saw me turn that tray upside down because it's the static. I had to bring 1,000,000 documents with me, and we had to be down, like, meeting with this one particular person at town hall. And I actually had to send my birth certificate. 2 things I had to. I had to send my birth certificate and my divorce papers back to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Canada in Ottawa to have them say, yeah, these are real. And before they'd accept them over here. I know when he told me one time, he said something to God at the town hall. And I walked out of his office. I was crying. I cry when I get upset or angry too, right? Certainly. Or just had enough. And I cried and I said, look, man, I'm not coming here from some war-torn country. I'm here from Canada. I can go back home any minute I wants to go. I said, you're all crazy. And I walked out of the office. Poor Jean-Marie must have been saying, what am I getting myself into? Holy crapola. And came back in, and he was all different then. He was a nice man then after that. God love him. And so anyway, we had 90 days to get married. I don't know if anybody watches TLC channel. There's enough from like 90 Day Fiancé the other way, 90 Day blah blah. Well, anyway, we were a 90-day couple. That's the only thing we didn't realize, because my sister had already booked a trip to come over in June. Okay, so this is in October of 2016. We had to be married by February. Well, actually, we got a 2-week extension because of waiting for that paperwork to come back. And we got married in February of 2017, the 4th. And then, but my sister had already booked a trip to come over with the family in June. So we were hoping to get married then, but we couldn't wait. We weren't allowed to wait. But anyway, that's how I ended up in Belgium. And I've had people say, like, oh my, you met him on the internet. So we say, well, sort of. We met on the old-fashioned internet. And they look at us like, what do you mean old-fashioned internet? There's only an internet. I said, yeah, we wrote by writing letters back and forth to each other. And we became reacquainted on the new internet, i.e. Facebook. Oh, see what I mean? If you don't put them all down, you'll get them in the lid. So that's how I ended up in Belgium. And last year in September, I became a citizen. Had to be here. Well, it's not 5 years from the date you land. It's 5 years from the date you get your, say, permanent residency card. Which first you get a temporary one that lasts for 6 months. You get that once you're married. And then once that's up, yeah, and even after we got married, the same policeman came by to see after a while to see if I was still here. But that's what they do with everybody, right? And he was very funny too, yeah. Every time I see him, he goes, you're still here. I said, boy, I told you, you weren't getting rid of me. It's a friendly town, though. It's only a small town, 11,000 people or so. I think they said there's like 26-something different nationalities here. Because it's a good place to live. Me and the static are not really getting along well. So, yeah, they sent me a letter from town hall last year saying, you're up for citizenship because you've been here for 5 years. So come down to the office. Of course, you got to pay your money, right? Come down to the office and My card was my say temporary permanent card was the date was soon going to run out on it, so I had to get a new one of those anyway. And then so again, the paperwork. All right, the paperwork. So all they needed now, they got my original divorce papers. They got my original birth certificate, and everything else I can think of. All I got is copies. So I went and got my sister to get me another birth certificate. And you got to pay for these things, right? You know. And she sent it over to me. Or maybe she brought it when she came. I don't know now. Can't remember for sure. And so he said, I need another original birth certificate. I went, not getting it. He was kind of used to me by now. And he said, what do you mean? I said, look, somewhere in Brussels, you tell them somewhere in Brussels is my birth certificate. They got my original. I paid money for it. Do I have another one? Yes, I do. Are they getting it? I said, no. He said, well, they might not accept it. I said, well, let us see. And I had to pay €150, which is like roughly $2.25 Canadian, for the form to be filled out to see if they'd let me stay forever, give me citizenship. And I don't have many little ones left. That's what kills me, see? Anyway, let's put that one in this one. So I said, nope, send it off. And anyway, so okay, we'll see what happens. I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks later, he went, come down and get your citizenship card. And that's all it was to it, eh? No fanfare, no nothing, come down and get your card. I'm like, I found it kind of felt ripped off, hey? Because, like, I know home in the town that I'm from, I mean, and I see it on shows in America, from the States, especially when I was home, and I still watch American shows over here, because they have lots of them playing. And, I mean, they're showing, it's the ceremonies and whatnot. And I'm like going, just nothing. Okay, just like, here's your card. You're now a citizen. Okay, then. The only thing that changed for me, technically, legally, from my first card to my citizenship card, now, I'm still a Canadian, all right? Never gave it up. I'm not going to. I got dual citizenship. Was now that I have no choice but vote. In Canada, if you want to vote, you vote, like States. If you don't want to vote, you don't vote. Over here, if you don't vote, they come get you, man. Yeah, and they vote on Sundays. Home, you'd never vote on a Sunday. Dear God, not in Newfoundland anyway. You'd be shot. I guess that's a church thing, but Sunday's supposed to be a rest day, not a vote day. Home, we vote during the week. Yeah. Oh my, I'm going to have to use these bigger ones because I got some of my smaller ones tied up in another kit that I haven't got finished and might never finish. Who knows? But, so, that's the story. I'm here. So, since my last whip and chat, well, we had Christmas, and now, is there a B on this? No. Okay. We had Christmas, but now my dad passed away in 2018. I've lost both my parents since I've been here. Uh-oh. 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 I might have a problem. I think I have fooled up. That is not 962. That is 976. 772. Where's 772 to? Where's 772 to? Yeah, so the only difference is that I got to actually vote. I don't have a 742. Oh, 740. Never mind. Hang on now. 742 is right there. Yeah. 798. That is not 798. What sticker is that? 762. 772. You're just going to have to bear... Okay, I got 772. 996. 742. 742, where are you? You're right there. Okay. 796. So, I'm going to say that that is 762. Where are you? 796 is over there. I'm going to leave this one out of the box until I actually look at the canvas to make sure that I haven't fluffed up too bad. Okay, we're going to put this one over here. Yeah, out the way. Yeah, right there. So, I wasn't in the mood to decorate because, I mean, I did bring over a ton of decorations. I brought all my Christmas stuff because, not tree and stuff, no, ornaments. Because Mom always gave me and my sister ornaments every Christmas. And when I got older, I used to give them Christmas ornaments for their tree. So as Dad passed in 2018, Mom passed 2022. And when we cleared out all the Mom stuff, of course, there were all these Mom and Dad ornaments. So I took so many, my sister took so many, and of course we already had our ornaments that Mom had given us all our life. So I said to my husband, I said, I hope you can understand, but I'm going to sit here, because he worked, he was off for a little bit of Christmas, but not all of it. I said, I'm going to sit here by myself, because their stepson lives between us and his mom's. Now he's 26 too, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. And I said, I'm going to look at that tree, and every day I said, I'm going to cry because of all the stuff that's on the tree. So we said, okay, I can understand that completely. So we didn't do that. But we did have his family over. Now, he only has one sister. Her sister, his sister and her husband and her daughter, which she's 38 now. Sorry if you're not. And her husband and stepson, my stepson, his son. So we did have a family dinner. And you said, what did you cook? Not a whole lot. P-T-U-V-W-X-Y. Had to run through the alphabet right quick. And over here, probably in, I don't know, maybe where you are too, restaurants will, not all, some, or the butchers will do up meals. Now, so what we did was we went to a restaurant that I'll call my niece now too, found near her, and they had a menu, and we had that for Christmas Day. And also I had suggested first we barbecue, and my niece's husband said, you're crazy. I said, boy, we barbecue home in Newfoundland too, you know, if it's not a blizzard. It can still be snowing and we'll barbecue, right? as long as you got somewhere to hide and you can dig out the barbecue from all the snow. And where we're living here, there's no snow. There's no snow. If we get 5 centimeters like for the whole year, that's it. Now there is another place in Belgium that gets maybe 20 centimeters. And people will actually drive to go see the snow. Now, I'm not making fun of that. But being from Newfoundland, where we can get 6 feet of snow, yeah, or that would be 2 meters. Even though Canada's metric, we still measure snow in feet and inches, well, as such. I find it absolutely mind-boggling. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's a good word. And so we didn't do any. Oh, for New Year's now we weren't going out anywhere for New Year's. New Year's Eve. So what we did New Year's Eve was, well, actually, went down and got my hair cut and colored, and then we went to another city because I was looking for. I was asking for a nice chair to sit in for my diamond painting for my birthday because I already had my Christmas gifts. You know, plan ahead, right? And my stepson had seen a nice chair. He thought was a nice chair in another town, about half hour away. So off we went New Year's Eve. Saw the chair, liked the chair. I'm now sitting in the chair. Good deal. And then we came back home, and stepson went off to his parties. And we had made reservations at at a Chinese buffet. Oh my God, was it ever good? Now, usually we've been there before at that restaurant, and okay, so you have a buffet here. If you're like doing 3, 4, 5 course meals over here, which is not unusual at a restaurant, and it doesn't have to be break the bank either. They'll do what they call a cold starter, a cold appetizer, and then a warm appetizer, and then your main meal, and then dessert. But then the restaurant, too, can also bring out something little before you even get a starter. So, we had, I didn't realize it, my husband did now, but I can read the Belgian menu, okay? It can be in Dutch, and I can know most of what is on the menu. I can pick out what's in a flyer for the groceries, you know, stuff like that. I do say some words, but my accent and my hearing help me mix it up a lot, you know what I'm saying? So we went and we had the menu, and it had, first we got a soup. Yeah, they brought us to the soup. Now, it was some kind of fishy soup. I know I liked the soup. No, husband liked it, so that was good. Then they brought us out, the first thing they brought us out was a glass of cava, which is Spanish champagne. Because I have learned that it can only be called champagne if the grapes and it's made in the Champagne region of France. Did not know that before. So Spanish champagne is called cava, C-A-V-A. So we got our glass of cava. Then we had our soup. And I'm going, oh man, I hope it gets better after this. And then we, oh, here we go again. Static, you know, lick your finger, pick up your drills thing. Here, yeah. Get off my finger. Oh, Lord. And then, so then they came out with half a lobster, like the tail. Well, I suppose it was full tail. There wasn't a full tail, but they had it cleaned up, certainly. And then there was like a mashed potato and a cheese put on top of the lobster and baked. Well, I thought they were crazy because I'm just used to eating lobster with lobster. H-I-J-K. And, but it was delish, and you had one lobster claw each. Hubby didn't want his lobster claw. I said, I will take that off your hands. So I had a full lobster. Then, now everybody, you don't have to rush meals here. There's very rarely is there ever 2 sittings. Once you go, if you're there for 6 hours, you're there for 6 hours eating your food. Nobody will ever rush you out of the restaurant. Love it. And we then had some cold starters. Oh, the meal was fantastic. And then we had some warm starters. And then we went to the warm buffet, like for the main meal-ish sort of things. And then they also have, you can have you can have wok. So you pick up your, say, noodles and whatever you want to have in your noodles, and they'll wok it up for you. And you can also have just like, it's just like a grill. And they've got different kinds of meat and fish. So the last thing I had was scallops and what? Mussels, yeah. Now this one is full of static. And we had a wonderful thing, and at the end of the night you got a glass of champagne, and real champagne, yay. And the thing about it was, now hubby had to drive, poor hubby. But it was only like 15 minutes away from the house. Well, yeah, driving. It would have been a hard climb if it was, we had to walk it. Because a lot of hills. To that particular place. So that was all right. We got through Christmas. And we haven't done a lot since. Because, I mean, he's working and I'm diamond painting and doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? And apparently that's my favorite saying right now. I hope I'm not driving you crazy with it. Oh. I really want to curse on these drills, but I will not. Okay, I will not. If I was not on a whipping chat. But I think I should have. The noise is the tray hitting the container. Oh, blessed Father. That's something from home, too. Blessed Father. Got nothing to do with religion. It might be the Protestants making the Catholics mad. I don't know. No offense to anybody. Not saying that to offend anybody. You know, it's the old days now, right? But other than, have we done anything? We just got back from a little vacation. I'm trying to think of the rest of the months now. No, not really. Oh, we had our birthdays. Yeah, okay, our birthdays. Now, my birthday's at the beginning of March, and my stepson's is 6 days after me. My mom's, if she was still with us, was 3 days in front of me. So I'm still, I still got a birthday next to me, so that's all right. So for what the husband usually does is that he will take the 2 of us out for, 3 of us will go, certainly, for a birthday supper. And sometime between mine and Coon's birthday. And then when we can we've all arranged already probably, when the whole family gets together to celebrate our 2 birthdays. There's only 8 of us, so what we did, we went to the steakhouse. It's called Stick. S-K-E-T. It's a play on the word steak. And I'm telling you, I don't think I've ever had a better steak in my life. They actually age their beef and stuff, their steaks and that, and they're good steaks. Oh my God. Don't even get me going. And, have I got some more small ones there? Yep. And, so we had a delicious steak dinner, all of us. And then, on my stepson's birthday, I'm trying not to yell while I'm right next to the speaker here. Okay, all right. On my stepson's birthday, everybody came over, the family. And we had what we call gourmet. It's like a little grill you put on your table. And you can go buy it or make it yourself, but they do it up in the grocery stores, trays of like the meat that are probably 2 bite sizes or something. And so we had beef and pork and chicken and lamb and thick cut bacon. They love the barbecue bacon over here. Never saw it before, but I'm all for it, man. So we had bacon and mushrooms, and there's special cheese called raclette cheese. It melts really well. Had that, salads, oh my, garlic bread, the whole 9 yards, eh? We was all stuffed when it was all over. Mm-hmm. And, let's see. Nope. And so we had them all over for that. So that was March. Then hubby's birthday was in April. So we all went to a Greek restaurant just down over the hill from us. Oh, what a meal we had. And we had an extra member of the family that day. We had a cousin that we hadn't seen in a while. And we said, we're going to invite him with us today. So he came along happily. And we had a great time. We all met up here at the house. And then we all went to the restaurant. Like it's 2 minutes away by car. But down over a steep hill. And had a grand time. I don't know, but there were 3 or 4 hours by. Like, there's no rushing anybody. It's just marvelous. I love it. And that was April. This is now June. No, it's not. This is May. Okay, so now we're up to May. See, I told you I haven't been doing a lot other than getting groceries and stuff, you know. And so hubby, I'm in Belgium, and if you look at the map, so here's Belgium, and then here's the Netherlands next door. The Netherlands. I always thought Holland was a country, but Holland is, and I used to be good in geography too. Holland is a province in the Netherlands. Yeah, I didn't know either. It's the largest province. That's where Antwerp is, and Amsterdam is. And he booked a getaway for 3 nights, 4 days. And it was up at, it's a province called Zeeland, Z-E-E, which is sea. And we had a wonderful room and a patio and bunnies jumping around in the nighttime. It's true. And lovely, lovely meal. We had a mystery meal at the hotel. So we sat down for supper, and they brought out 2 little, they call them hapias. They're not even starters. They're like little tasty things that are on the house, they say, right? You know, you're not paying from no matter who orders what, you're getting that for you're getting this anyway. And so we had that, and then our waiter said, you're having a mystery meal. And I went, what do you mean, mystery meal? Because you know what, I mean, there's a limit to what I'll eat, right? And then there's some things that I can't eat. And I went, is there any raw food? And he went, nope. And I went, just second. Now I gotta have another sip of my drink. I said, I can't eat onions, peppers, or mushrooms. Sorry. Hang on one second, please. Another sip. I'm not used to talking this much. I heard somebody laughing. I know I did. So, I hate mushrooms. I think that comes back from back in the day when all we could get was tin mushrooms. Oh, gross, so slimy. And so I just can't do mushrooms. Unless they're mushed up that small that I can't see them. And, see, now I have all my trash in the bag that they came in. And he said, all right, so he went back to the chef, came back, he said, and he had like a pepper shaker. And he said, can you eat this pepper? I said, yes. And there we go. That's my extra ones. And I said, yes. He said, okay. And what's that? Okay. How much that? I'm going to have to say it as number 30, but we'll see. I said, yeah, I can do that. He said, okay. So we went back in again, came back, and he said, okay. He said there won't be any of that stuff in your meal. And I went, okay. Because, I mean, if you had allergies or anything, too, they'd have to work around that somehow, you know. J-K-L. So, and I'm looking at my husband, and he's, come on, let's do it. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. I'm just putting them in order now. Well, they're in order, but uh-oh, Skideo. What one opened up there? I got 4 drills back there. And I don't know if they're... Well, look, 4 drills is not going to make or break the bank, is it? I don't know if they were already there or... I never closed one of the containers, right? So we had this mystery meal. Now, I can't tell you what it was as such. But we had... This one, I got to see what happens to it. And I'll show you how I put it together now after I shut up. So we had, first it was, I can't even call it a biscuit, really. It was made from beet, red beet. And it was like this cracker, but it was all, it looked like a rice cracker because it's all got holes and stuff in that. And it had fermented, oh my, what was that? Seaweed. And fermented Japanese plums, like little blops on it. It sounded horrible, absolutely delicious. And then there was this dish came out, like you put ice cream in. And it was, asparagus is a big thing over here. It's grown all over the place, and this is asparagus season. So there were asparagus, white asparagus pieces, with like a moussey foam of asparagus. Oh my God, it was delicious. So this were just the 2 things to get you going with your meal. So then the meal started. What came out next? Oh yeah, okay. It was slices of cucumber. Not the round end, long ways, thin. And it had, that was on top of some kind of drops of something. I don't know now, moussey stuff. And so you had your slices of cucumber here in the dish. And then over on this end was this avocado foam. And underneath that was a yogurt of What? Of cucumber. You're all going, ugh, but it was, now I'm tasting it like, ooh, like a 2-year-old that just don't want to do this. It was delicious. So then we had our main menu, the main meal, which was a piece of whitefish or brill, and it had wild broccoli. Oh my God, it was delicious. And not cooked to death, right? Cooked like it should be cooked. And wild broccoli, I don't know, a little piece of asparagus. There were little things that looked like wafery chips, but that was, oh geez, I forget now. Seaweed, I think. I don't know now. Delicious. And then the dessert was like a ring of white chocolate. It was about this thick and about that high, but it was really soft. So say that was the ring, and in the middle of the ring was like a little crumble, but it was sort of hard, like a granola type of crumble, but not really hard, but hard. And then you know how they do on the cooking shows, they do up like a scoop of ice cream with the 2 spoons. So there was a scoop of strawberry ice cream on top of that with strawberries, and then strawberry puree, like drop, 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 drop. Oh, I don't know. We were there for hours. And it was absolutely delicious. It was the mystery meal. Yay. So we went there. What day is this? This is Saturday. So we went on Sunday and we came back on Wednesday. And we walked one day to the beach, even though it wasn't beach weather, but we did it. And saw the beach anyway, in the sea. And stopped in a little cafe on the way back after we came from the beach, because it was like stairs up like this, stairs down like that. And so after we came back out of that, before we headed home, we stopped in a little cafe and shared a brownie and a strawberry pecan ice cream. It all came on one plate. And cream, whipped up cream. And when we ordered, we said 1 dessert and 2 spoons. Walked back to the hotel. Yeah, that was a good day. And then because we only had really 2 days there, right? Because we drove up on Sunday, and what would have normally taken us 2 hours took us 3.5 because of traffic. And yeah, and then Monday we had went to the beach and had our mystery meal, and then Tuesday we stuck around the hotel a lot. On Tuesday, we're around area, and we went to just another little restaurant, real friendly, no dress up stuff, but we had a wonderful, wonderful meal. And then Wednesday we had our really good breakfasts too, because they had do big buffets. And here too, for breakfast, a lot of the people in Belgium and Netherlands, they eat like a bread bun with sandwich meat and sandwich, could be sandwich, ham, salami. I saw raw bacon, different kinds of cheese, slices of cheese. They'll eat that for breakfast, like a sandwich breakfast sandwich. And it's all cold. Lots of fruit and yogurts, and there was all kinds of like croissants and pastries and stuff. But people in the Netherlands cook bacon better than in Belgium. The husband will kill me, because in Belgium they don't seem to cook it well. I don't mean burnt, and I don't mean like stand stiff, but cook it so it's nice and brown. And it's just the way they're used to doing it. But in the Netherlands, they cook it better. They cook it longer. So every morning we had like scrambled eggs and bacon, and I had a croissant with some kind of jam, and he had a bun too with his, and then you go back and get his yogurt, and we had coffee and tea and juice, and eat as much as you want. So basically we ate breakfast and lunch together. And then the last day we had our breakfast, and we made sure everything was packed up. We just had to put a few things in the suitcases, and off we went to the ride home. And guess what? I slept the whole way home. On the way there, I didn't sleep. I'm famous for falling asleep in the car. But on the way home, I guess, we're going home and now I'd seen the whole way there. So I fell asleep. Oh, poor fella. I had no one to talk to except for when I banged my head up and go, "What, am I asleep?" And he'd say, "Yes." Oh, what do you do when you live in a shoe? So I just looked at my timer here. I'm at 1:05. An hour and 5. So I'm just going to show you this now. Let me zoom in a bit. How I kit up. So, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember I said I was going to put that 6 one there because that's 6 ABs? Right? All my numbers, then like a small A to big A. So if I got any small letters, C, E, E, F, O, O, U, L. Small N, big N, right? Because this is where I'm going to look for it too. This works for me. X, Y, and now. So we come to our symbols. So now you'll see the symbols are all in DMC code. See? Oh. Now some people, this is the way I've always done it. So I'm not going to break what's not broken right now. Yeah, okay. I was just looking to see if it was out of order or not. There we go. And that one I got to check and make sure I put the right color in it. Yeah. So that's how I do it. And like I'll probably fill the gaps in more now once I put this one in. And then I got space here to put my pen and whatnot in there, right? And this is going in my logbook. Oh, let's zoom you back out. Whoop. That's going in my logbook. And way to go. I'm already set up for June the 1st. So this one, before I let you go, this one's going to be used for Pride. Because there's a whole bunch of rainbow colors in here. It's going to be used for... This one's on... Well, I'll link everything down below too. Facebook groups and whoever's running them. 500 Drills of Summer. That one's for June, July, and August. And her name is Elizabeth. And Pride is with Christopher Kalasa and Rose Prophet. And some other people, I think. And not sure. And the other one I'm going to enter this one into is DP for Pets 2023. And I know that's with Diamond Painting Anonymous. And that's under the page Diamond Painting Anonymous. Yeah, that's her YouTube channel too. But I'll link all that down below. In case you want to take part in any of those. But there's lots of events. I'll put down below too. There's a page on Facebook. It's called Diamond Painting Events. And it's run by Kay. No, I'm going to say her name wrong. Radebaugh. I always say it wrong. Really nice lady though. I've had a few chats with her. And if you tell her that you're doing an event, well, she'll put you in the month. So, and she's got it all done up so you can find everything and whatever information she gets about who's running it, what their links are for their pages or their Instagram, or if it's just an Instagram event, if it's a Facebook page event, if it's a YouTube event, she'll put it all there, whatever she has, whatever they've given her. And that's where I get most of my information from for events. And the ones I usually do every year. I always do Pride. But the other two were new to me this year, so I decided to change it up. Do some of the ones I always wanted to do, and then some new ones. Yep. All right, so I'll let you go, I suppose. And I hope no one had a heart attack because I did a whip chat. Yeah, I hope not. Let's say I'll do one once a month. You could be lucky, and I'll do one more than once a month, but it'll probably only be 2 because I'm not really busy in other than diamond painting. All right, I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to let you go. Not before I give you a great big hug, because everybody needs a hug, whether you know you need it or not. Hugs are best. Loves you all. Keep safe. Love the ones you're with. Say hi to your neighbors. Make sure everybody's safe And that's not just because of the Rona that happened. That's just because we're human beings. And we need to treat everybody nice. Even though we don't want to sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Here, I said it again. So, goodbye, adieu. I will see you sometime soon. I'm being silly now. Some reason I'm trying to prolong this. I'm going to put you out of your misery, though, and I'm going to say goodbye. So, hit that like button. Leave me a comment. If you're first new here, hit the subscribe button. Love you all. And bye for now.